Hey guys, this is Christine, your relationship and mindset master doctor, and your leverage for change. Today I'm going to be speaking about some of the things that us women can really do wrong in relationships. By the way, guys, please remember that I'm starting this workshop for the anxious, preoccupied individuals in March. Look into below my video and you'll see some information on that workshop that's coming up in March. It's going to be 8 weeks, once a week on Sundays from 6 to 8. And I'm not taking more than 30 individuals because I want them to, you guys, whoever signs up, to have access to ask specific questions if you have those. Now, I will repost a kind of a little ad I put out with all the information of the cost and the times and everything, and so that you can look at that and decide what you want to do. But this is the best way for someone who cannot afford one-on-one coaching to really just get started on healing your attachment style and getting to be more secure individuals so that you can have healthier relationships. All right, let me get into this list of what it is that us women can do wrong in relationships. One of the things, especially for the anxious, preoccupied individual, is that you might expect your partner to just satisfy your every need. You want them to be around 24/7, 365 days of the year, and take you out to dinner, take your thing, be always there to answer your calls, your text, and respond immediately. You know, all of those things, you cannot expect that, guys. It's not realistic, it's not possible, and it can be very tiresome for the person that you're with, right? The next thing that is that you expect your partner almost like to be your personal entertainer, right? You want them to be there to make you feel good all the time. If you're sad, you know, to give you jokes and things. And I'm not saying that this is not a part of a relationship. What I'm saying is that your expectation can be just too much, right? And that can totally overwhelm your partner, right? The next thing, guys, is making a man feel useless, as if they can never do anything right. You've heard of the times when maybe a husband might, the wife might ask the husband to do some dishes or pack the dishwasher or whatever it might be, put away the dirty dishes, and they might pack it in a way that the wife doesn't want, and the wife just goes off and stuff like that. Guys, ladies, what we have to do is think of, is this thing going to matter? Is this really a thing, you know, that is really that important? The way that the dishes are packed in the dishwasher, right? So everybody's going to do something different. You have to realize that, recognize that, and understand that, you know, that person is not your twin. They didn't grow up doing things the same way that you did it. They're coming from totally different backgrounds, totally different ways of doing things. Maybe they never even did it, right? So if they are trying, just be grateful for that and continue to just ignore certain things, guys. Not every battle is important. The next thing is expecting basically your partner to be almost like your savior. You know, they're going to save you from everything. If you're in another town somewhere or in another country somewhere and something happens, and you know, you want them to be there right away, even though they may be, you know, just like you want them to save you from everything. And what you have to remember, guys, is that maybe you were single before and you had to handle all these things yourself. Don't expect now that when you have a partner that they're going to be able to do everything. They might not have that ability to be there, and so you should still maintain some sense of independence. Not that you're not going to make them feel like they, you know, like help and do what they can when they can, right? And they should want to do that for you if they love you. But you can't have it so that you just expect that every time something falls apart that they're going to be there immediately. They're not omniscient, right? You have to understand that these people are just human beings just like you, and the same way that you're expecting them to be there, Are you able, just think about it, are you going to be able to do that for them, right? And understand that. The next thing is that to recognize it, your partner is not perfect. They have many flaws, but so are you. You're not perfect. You're imperfect. We are all humans. We are all imperfect. So just to give your partner, just give them a slack, and because nobody's perfect. So you cannot expect your partner to do everything the way you want to do it, how you want to do it, when you want to do it. Nobody's perfect, guys. The next thing is mind reading. A lot of the anxious, preoccupied individuals guilty of that one. Instead of asking or telling your partner what your needs are or what's bothering you, you go ahead and you pout and you walk out and you do whatever it is, and you ignore them or whatever it is that you do to show your disgust that they cannot read your mind. Nobody can read your mind. Tell your partner what's bothering you. Explain to them how they can make it better. Don't expect that they know how to make it better. And just communicate with your partner, guys. The next thing is being too masculine. You're acting like the man. And sorry, I have something in my mouth chewing because I have a little cough going. So you're acting like the man and you're too masculine. So, what masculine energy does, and I'm sure you've seen it all over YouTube, it repels a masculine man. Now, you might attract somebody who's feminine, a man who has more feminine energy. But if you want a masculine man, it's going to repel a masculine man. A man don't want to be, if they want to have a relationship with somebody, if they wanted a masculine person, they would probably date a man, right? But if you're going to be the boss, you have to be the boss for whatever reason, and you want to boss this person around, and you want to tell them you're very dominant. No, before I say this, I have to tell you, yes, I understand that a lot of us women are single women, and we've done life on our own for so long that we've had to kind of use, most of the time we're using our masculine energy in the world, in our workplaces, in business, and whatever it is. And that's what that energy is what get things done, right? Because of the world that we live in. And even then, you can use feminine energy to get things done too, but most women have adopted the masculine energy in their work environments and in their homes, because they are single and there's no man there to kind of take over that part. So they're now both mom and dad. And I understand that. But when it comes to having a partner, a romantic partner, guys, no masculine man wants you to be acting like them, right? They want to take care of you. They want to be the one that's, protecting you. You can't be there going, oh, I can do this. I don't need you. I can do this. You know what I mean? They want to feel needed, as I said in a prior bullet. And so, guys, you cannot be too dominant or too aggressive. You have to kind of leave that for your job or your business. And maybe, if you're dealing with your sons or whatever it is, if you're still single before you get into a relationship. But your partner is not going to want to for you to be ordering them around and being bossy and oh, I can do that myself. No, I don't need a man. That kind of thing. It's really a turn off for masculine men. So guys, especially when you start bossing them around, they just feel like you're their mother. And who is going to be attracted to their mother in a romantic way? So you're kind of really just killing that whole kind of spark you may have had. You're just killing that spark, guys. So don't do that. Don't act from such a masculine place when you have your man. Be feminine. This is the time for you to pull back and let them be the one to do certain things for you. Okay? Let them open the doors for you. Let them lift up that big old thing for you. Don't go there I can do this because I've always done it. Oh yes, I'm strong. I'm a strong woman. Don't do that, okay? It's a major turnoff. The next thing, guys, is that you emasculate your man by And the ways that you can do that is by, you go out in public and you're with friends and you just totally embarrass this person by just criticizing them about something. Why can't you look like, or you compare them with somebody else, another man? I mean, or you can say, oh, why can't you have muscles like that man? Or why can't you dress like that man? Or why can't you, wear clothes or dress, whatever it might be. But you're comparing, these are ways that you really emasculate your man. With this publicly critical behavior of them, whatever they do is not good enough, right? And then the next thing is sarcasm, guys. And sometimes you can do this in such a very low blow way that you have this little sarcastic remark, and it really just eats away at your partner's self-worth. And who on earth wants to be with somebody who's always making them feel less than? Nobody wants to do that. You don't want that to happen. Because if that man made you feel that way, you would not want to be with them either. You would not want to be around them, right? The next thing, guys, is disrespecting your man. Disrespecting them by some women, may go out and the anxious preoccupied does this when they want to get back at their man. They will flirt with other men, or they will do things like that to make them feel jealous. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful, right? Flirting with other men in front of them, or if the woman earns more money than the man, then you'll constantly be reminding this man that you're the one who has more money, and they can't make a decision with about anything to do financially because you're the one who makes more money. No, if you would only really look back at all of these things and flip the script and say that, okay, say the man earns more money and you don't, and you would not want them to be constantly reminding you that you cannot make any decision because you don't make any money or enough money. You would want them to treat you, so treat them the way that you'd want to be treated. Basically, that old that old adage still is really a very good reminder. Treat others the way that you would like to be treated. The next thing that us ladies do is that we expect them to do everything, or when they do anything, we don't show gratitude for it. But it's like we take it for granted and we just expect it to happen. We don't say thanks. We don't say, oh, that is such a nice thought for you to do that. I'm so grateful for that. Even when you're married, guys, you should still be doing that. You should still be doing that to your wife and to your husband. When you're in a relationship, somebody does something for you, they open the door for you. Thank you. Thank you. They buy you a meal. Thank you. They don't have to buy you a meal. Yes, they're your husband, but they don't have to buy you a meal, right? And it just shows gratitude is one of the most, people don't feel that it is, especially women might think that because he's a man, he should do it. No, not all men will do that. So be grateful for when your partner does something for you and tell them that. Thank you. It's not a lot to say. All right, the next thing that turns men off, guys, masculine men, good men, is chasing them. Like you're planning all the stuff, you moving the relationship forward. You are reaching out to them, calling them, when can we, let's go to this place, let's go to that place. You're not a man. Men are wired to pursue. Men are wired to pursue. And if they do not do some kind of a work to get you, they're not going to value you, right? They're not going to value you. And some, as I say, some feminine kind of men with feminine energy will be fine with that because they only want somebody to take care of them anyway. So if that's what you want, then go ahead and chase. But if you want a man who's masculine and he's strong, and you need to let that man chase you, give them the space to chase you, and don't get clingy and desperate and always calling and texting and doing all that. So just don't do that. All right, so we have to stop doing that, guys. The next thing is, and nowadays is like a normal thing. I don't know why, but it is like a normal thing that, you know, it's so easy to, you just jump into bed with pretty much the first, second date, and sometimes same night. People that, you know, with a man. And what that says to the man, a good man. Now, a man who just want that, that's fine with them. That's fine with them. They'll just jump in there, get, and leave, right? But a good man, if you want somebody good who will stick with you and who really loves and cherishes you and values you as a person, not just as a body part, then you don't want to do that. Because guys, what that says to the man, you know, is that okay, so she wants to do that with me on the first date, second date. So pretty much she probably does this with every single man on their first date, second date. Now, how difficult is so this woman does not really have that value of herself to just be giving away herself so freely. So that is what you're saying to a man who is really thinking of, who's really a good man, who's really looking for an actual relationship with you. You just turn off that man, because that man just realized you're very easy to get, you know, and sometimes you're the one pushing the whole thing of sex. Don't do that. And if it's the other partner pushing the sex, then you know that person is not the person for you, because then that is exactly that's probably pretty much all that they're interested in. So guys, these are some of the things that us women do, right? And especially specifically a lot of it the anxious preoccupied individual is really guilty of doing. So guys, please don't do these things when you're in a relationship, or you're trying to build a relationship, or you're starting a relationship with a man, like in the dating phases. Don't do it. So guys, I hope that you learned something from this short video. Well, not so short, but short enough. Please don't forget to like and share this if you found something that you learned of some value to you. And remember to look out for my workshop, guys, that's coming in March. It's for the anxious preoccupied. And the reason I'm starting with the anxious preoccupied individual is because these are the individuals who really seek out help more than the other attachment styles, because they really want to have good relationships, but because of their trauma, childhood traumas, they've had some really bad and unhealthy relationships in their adult lives. So guys, please watch out for that. I do post updates, and to kind of keep you updated on what's going on with that. But it starts in March, and it's 8 weeks long, and it's usually going to be on a Sunday from 6 to 8. And I hope that you will take the chance to really work on you and to really put yourself as a priority this time. Okay guys, this is Christine, your relationship and mindset master doctor, and your leverage for change. Take care guys, and keep growing.